Hey there Mustangs, I'm Jack Favazza with MHS News. In this month's highlights video, we are going to feature our best MHS News stories, as well as some Halloween themed videos to help ring in the season. During this fall season, the St. Louis Renaissance Fair brought an element of medieval times and fantasy to draw in visitors of all ages. Whether it was jousts, duels, dragons, trinkets, or music, there was something for everyone in the small built-up village of Petit Lyon.
My husband and I used to always try to come pretty much every year, and then ever since we had our daughter, and she's been a little bit older, we've started bringing her and make it a big family event, and we just come at least once every year. I love the animal encounters. Last year we got to go and just kind of seeing, like, my daughter got to ride a pony for the first time. For her to be able to do that and get to see like the knights jousting and stuff, I think was really fun.
I perform in the joust. I'm one of the champion knights. I've never been defeated. And if I defeat my opponent in the final joust, I own everything the opponent brings to the joust. So every tournament I joust at, I get the horses, the swords, and even the squires and the knights under that champion that's jousting. It means a great place to have fun, make friends, learn things from each other, and connect with the people that come here and have never experienced it before.
This school year, a music production class was added to the course list. Taught by first-year teacher Mr. Scherbecker, the class allows students to express their creativity by generating their own music on computers.
I teach the guitar courses and music production. After we finish a project, we spend a full day just listening to everyone's work, because every project's got the same, like any other class. Like, here's the rubric, here's what it needs to include. Music sounds so different, because while it's still hitting all the checkpoints they're supposed to get to, everyone is doing different things. And because it's a new class and it's a new program, students are finding things that even I didn't know you could do in the program. So like, we'll listen to a piece and then I'll have to stop and I go, what did you do to make that happen? Like, that was amazing.
You have the creative liberty to just do whatever you want. Like, there's no like strict way to do something. Yeah, there's obviously the first time, like, you know, the teacher, this being like his first time, you don't know what to expect, and he kind of doesn't know what to expect, so you're kind of just riding this thing like along together. It's kind of fun though.
At the beginning of October, students from Germany came to live with Marquette families and to participate in community service projects throughout their stay. These activities were organized by the Youth for Understanding program. Former Marquette German teacher Kim Hotze coordinated the program for students to participate in community service projects and experience American culture.
It's St. Louis's first time to host a program like this. It is to teach the students about community service. They're on scholarship here, and they're sponsored by their state in Germany called Thüringen, and they are here to learn about community service and young people, and the hope is they take the experience they get here back to Germany and start getting younger people more involved in community service projects. We have been working on a project for one of the shelters, making snuffle mats and beds for animals that we'll be donating to the shelters. Next week we are going to do a project for 2 days, building beds for kids in the area who don't have beds, and it's called Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Annika Wolf came from Germany to help people through service projects and to explore the world around her. Annika lived with the Moss family during her 2-week stay.
They have been incredibly nice. It was just such a nice experience to have such a lovely family to be around. In general, I really like looking into like people's life. I do that all the time with like my own family, my aunts and sisters. I think one thing I liked most was like just eating on one table with them, talking, and that was like just so nice. One thing I think I already did is like getting a second family, just and like good friends. Also, just a nice feeling about myself, so that I help others.
For our next video, let's hand it over to staff reporter Harris Ellington.
It's October, which means it's spooky season. So I'm going to talk about one of the most spooky but also interesting things that you could do with your own body. Being double jointed. You know, stuff like this. Or maybe even stuff like this. We talked with 3 different people just to figure out, how does this work?
What's causing it is I have a genetic syndrome. There's a mutation in my DNA that causes collagen, the protein, to be different than normal collagen. So it allows my joints to be flexible like rubber bands, the connective tissues, tendons, and ligaments to be hypermobile. And so they're like rubber bands that are very stretchy.
People who can do some of those crazy things like take their arms and put them, you know, clasp their hands and put their arms around their head and then behind their back and step through them, they have obviously quite a bit more range of motion than somebody with a normal movement would at the joint. And so that person probably has some kind of hypermobility issue where they might have more relaxed ligaments, allowing them to just have a greater range of motion.
When I was little, like all the other kids would do like a high five and then my fingers like bent in a weird way. It's like a little party trick. It freaks people out.
That's a wrap for today's MHS News October highlights video. Be on the lookout for our next MHS News highlights video coming out in coordination with the Marquette Messenger in mid-December. For now, I'm Jack Favazza with MHS News.
So today we're gonna be taste testing Mountain Dew Voodoo flavor. We're gonna crack this thing open, pour it, drink it, and try and guess what the flavor is. It smells like an ice pop.
It does.
It's ice pop flavored. I'm calling it, lock it in. Okay, cheers.
All right, cheers, let's do it. So after drinking the entire thing, I'm in between two flavors for what I think it is. I think it's either ice pop or I do get a hint of blackberry.
But we got an interesting can design here. It really went all out. The can looks better than it tastes. Design-wise, 9 out of 10. We're gonna do a re-pour and see how accurately, now that we know it's sour candy.
I do not taste a sour candy in that at all.
Overall, this is trash. I'm giving this a 2.
I'm giving it a 3.
Get this out of here!
Come on.